Hello everyone, welcome back to the CodeIsha Training Center. So today we will discuss about the images tags. Okay. So before starting this session, I have a one question for based on this topic. Okay. So let's assume, have you ever visited a website with only text and no have any images on that website? So would you stay on it? So definitely no, right? Because exactly images makes websites more attractive and engaging, right? So for that today we are going to learn how to add and use the images in HTML. Okay. So let's see how we can add and how we can use those images in the HTML. Okay. And what is the images formats and what is that location and how we can add that images from the file to into the our website. Okay. So today our agenda is why images matters in web design and basic image tag, and also we'll discuss about the attributes including the src, alt and width and also weight. Okay. And we have the images formats, right, JPEG and PNG and GIF, and also we have SVG, right? So these are all images formats. Okay. And we will discuss about the responsive images, and also final will know about the best practices to use these images tags. Okay. And final summary based on this topic. Okay. So let's get into these slides. So why images matter in HTML5? So it enhances the visual appeals. Okay. And it improves the user engagement also, and it helps the explain content quickly. So we have the if you can add the number of character, like number of patches. Okay. So based on your content and based on your requirement, so just try to add the one simple message of the image, so it will definitely understand quickly, right? So whoever those end user is there, so whoever the end user visit our website, right? So for that we can use these images tags, and it important for branding and storytelling. Okay. So for that we can use these images in the HTML file. So what is image tag? Okay. So it used to display images on the web page. Okay. And it is a wide self-closing tag. Okay. So let's assume we have the when the we have like head tag, body tag, or any h1 tag or a p tag. So these are all tags have the opening tag and also closing tag, right? But here the assume here the let's check here. So we have only here self tag, self closing tag. Okay. So we don't have here opening tag and the separate closing tag, right? So here only we have the self closing tag. Okay. And it does not need any closing tag. Okay. So let's see writing the piece of code for these using the image tag, so whether it is work or not without any closing tag. Okay. And so we have the different attributes also there, important when we use the image tag. So let's see what are they. So src is for the source of the image. Okay. So nothing but where we are stored inside our folders. Okay. So that folders url or path we can copy that. Okay. We can paste on the src attribute. Okay. And it can be a file path, or also it supports the url also. Okay. And see here the example is there. So image inside the project folder. So when we have the inside the project folder, we need to call that image specific name of that whatever we need a specific image, we need to call that name with the whatever we have the extension, whether it is jpg, whether it is jeg, or whether it is svg, whether it is gifg. Okay. And whether it is png formats, we need to add that with the extension. Okay. and and one more attribute is there, alt. So alt is used for describes the image. Okay. So whether it is which image or what image that. Okay. So for example that end user is visit our website. Okay. So for example that end user facing the some internet issues. Okay. So then that time we have to add the alt text, so that end user will they don't think of they don't need more any internet. They don't think about the like whether it is which image and whether is which content. You don't get the any dilemma on that. Okay, so for that we use the alt. Okay, so when we use that alt, so it showcase that image is this image. So whatever the added that image, so it describes this image. Okay, it showcase that with the help of the text. Okay, when we use the alt. Okay, shown if the image fails to load. Okay, and used by screen readers. Okay, accessibility, and it helps the search engine also. Okay, SEO. Okay, so here the simple is there. So and we have the width and the height also there. So before going that, let's writing the piece of code using this. For the first of all, we need to write the image tag. So let's see whether it is work or not when we use the only simple self closing tag. Okay, so let's open our code editor. Okay, so I'm here. So we need to add the head tag. Okay, and also I'm adding the body tag. So inside the body tag we need to add the our whatever content display on the web page, right? So I'm adding this, and here I'm giving the title inside the head tag. Okay, I'm giving the name is day 7. Okay, image tags. Let's save it and let's refresh it. So see here, day 7 image tags, right? So inside the image I'm adding, inside the body I'm adding the heading. Okay, image tags. Okay, so let's refresh it. Yes, so we are at on the web page whatever we are created for the images, right? So now let's see, I'm adding the first of all I need to add the image tag. Okay, so without any closing tag. Okay, let's see whether it is fox or not. Okay, so here I have already some images there. Okay, so first I'm adding the like I1. Okay, sorry, I1. Okay, and dot jpg. Okay, so whatever that extension we need to add that one. Okay, so and come back into the web page and let's refresh it. See, we don't have any message showing here, right? So because of anyone observe here, so because of here the extension is different. Okay, see, extension file is which one we are at, this one, right? So here jpeg, right? So for that it won't showcasing. So this time I need to add here alt equal to. Okay, I am adding the Indian flag. Okay, I'm adding the Indian flag. Okay, let's save it and let's come back into the web page. Let's refresh it. See, it showcases the Indian flag because of it won't the load that image, right? So when that it won't reload that image, that time it showcases the this alt message. Okay, so better to understand whoever the end user is there. Okay, so let's I'm changing that proper one. Open code editor, and inside that I'm adding jpeg. Let's refresh it and let's here refresh it. See here, and we don't have any alt message, right? So here up, and now I need to add the one more one. So using the src also done, right? And also attribute alt also done, right? And now moving with the head sorry, width and weight. So width and weight attributes used for the defines the image maximum size. Okay, and it measures in the flex cells. Okay, and avoid stretching images improperly. Okay, so some messages are like have the width is 100 and width is 500 and width is 300 and height is 10 and the height is someone is 50, right? So when we have like this, we can also here the setup that images as per our business requirements. Okay, so note these will display on image of size is maximum 300 into 200 pixels. Okay, so here the syntax for that. Okay, so let's back into this. Here I am adding the height. Okay, at attribute I need only 50%, 50 pixels. Okay, and then I'm adding the width for this I need 80 pixels. Okay, so let's save it and let's come back into the our web page. See, so before we don't have any adding the height and width attributes, it showcase the full wallpaper, right, on the web page, right? So when we add that at height and attribute and we given the values for that, so as per whatever we are given the values, it showcase that size of that image. Okay, whether it is height and whether it is width. Okay, so up to here everything okay, right? So let's see and come back into the slides. Now image formats also we are discussed, right? So we have the image formats is jpeg, nothing but dot jpg based for photos, and the png is transparent images and logos. Okay, and GIF is simple animations purpose. We can use these extensions, and SVG format is used for the icons and the scalables and the scalable graphics. Okay, for that we can use these images formats in the HTML file. Okay, so and here the images path is there. Okay, and relative path and the absolute path. Okay, so relative path nothing but folders and inside that folders. Okay, and the absolute path nothing but extension from the adding the external link with inside that. Okay, we can add the uh, photo and the photo format. Okay, so keep images in an images folder better organizations. Okay, so when we adding the on our web page these images, so better to download those photos and add into the organization folder separate one. Okay, better to that. So don't take any external sites and don't copy that urls and don't copy paste here. Okay, so up to here okay, right? So let's see writing this piece of code for the absolute path. Okay, so let's open the one any absolute path. So I'm adding the GitHub. Let's open it and let's open this image. I think it won't get in. Let's come back. Okay, let's take from the Wikipedia. Okay, so I think whether it is work or not. So these are all posters going the. So let's take Facebook. Okay, I'm opening the separate tab for this. Let's copy this URL and come back into the code editor and add here that URL. Let's see. Oh, don't need that. This is too much of the URL is there. And let's take another icons. So let's take this one, and this one also too big, I think. So better to add the any other URL path which showcase the totally different things. Okay, so let's now try to open it. Yep, so now it is okay. So let's copy this one, okay, this URL, and come back into the our code editor. Okay, now I am here copying this that URL. Okay, so I'm writing another image tag. Okay, so inside that I'm adding the src attribute to paste that. Okay, now save this one, and let's come back into our web page. Let's refresh it. See here the Facebook, right? So it's totally not fit for web page, right? So it's totally going to the outside of the alignments, right? So now I'm giving this some height and width attributes to see the looks better. So better to the I'm giving the 60. Okay, and coming to the width, I'm giving the width is 80. Okay, let's save it and come back into the web page, and let's refresh it. See now it is how it looks like. So now it is better, right? So this is simple. So let's see, here we don't any added, right? So I'm giving here, like I'm removing these are all. Okay, let's save it, and here I'm adding the alt name, alt message. Okay, Facebook logo. Okay, let's save it, and let's come back into this. See, we don't have any images. So when we don't load that images, what it shows, alt message, because of that end users identify that image, what is that. Okay, so when user is came that when user is visit our website, so when that message is not load, so it showcase the alt text to understand the that message, what is that. Okay, so and let's come back into the slides. So here the responsive images also there. Okay, and when we use that responsive images, makes images adjust to screen size and important for mobile friendly design. Okay, and here the syntax for that. Okay, so in that, first of all we need to add the image tag inside that attributes src, and if you need alt you can add it. And also here style is there, style attribute. With the style attribute we can set up the maximum weight and the height also there. Okay, so with help of the style attribute inside the image tag. Okay, so and when we are also use these images as like link also. Okay, so let's see how we can write that piece of code. Okay, so makes images clickable and it used for navigation. Okay, so here the simple syntax for that. Okay, so let's try to piece of code for that images as link. Okay, so let's come back into the code editor. So here I am writing the first I am writing the link attribute. Okay, here see, here observe, we need to, here we need to add the opening tag and the closing tag also. Okay, because of it won't support the self tag. Okay, so here I am giving the like, so I'm copied that what when the end user click on that image, that end user land on the whatever need. Okay, we are adding that, and after that inside that I am adding the image tag. Okay, see here inside the a tag, so we need to add the image to showcase that image is as link. Okay, so src equal to, so here I am adding the Google Pixel. Okay, so let's check the name of that jpg, google.jpg extension. Okay, and here I am giving the alt also, like Google link. Okay, and here I'm adding the attributes also, height and the width. Okay, height is 50 and I'm adding the width is 80. Okay, let's save it and come back into the our web page. So let's refresh it. See here the link, when we click on that this Google icon, this Google image, it will opens the another Google search, whatever we are given the that URL. Okay, so it will open the on that link. Okay, so let's see, come back into this and let's refresh it and click on that. So see why it opens the Google search, because of we are given the that target location is Google, right? So for that it opens the Google. Okay, and see, observe here, when I click on this image, it opens the parent like self tab, right? So when I click on this image tab, I need to open that Google search into the next tab. Okay, so for that what we can do, target is blank, right? So here inside that I'm adding the target equal to blank. Okay, blank, and save this one, and let's come back into the web page and let's refresh it and click on that. See, it opens the new tab because of I'm given the target attribute for, and also given the value for that blank. So when the end user click on that image, it opens the, I need to open next tab, fresh tab. So for that it opens the another tab. Okay, when that end user click on that. Okay, so up to here everything okay, right? So let's back into the slides, and when we use these image tags, so here the best practices for that. Okay, so always provide alt text. Okay, so when that end user not load that images, so better to add the alt text to understand that end user. Okay, and it optimize image size like faster loading. Okay, and use correct format based on you need. Okay, so just now we are observe, right? So when we are given the here Facebook, so we need to must and add here format types. Okay, whether it is svg, whether it is png. Okay, based on our your things. Okay, and keep images organized in one folder. Okay, better to when you are creating the web page or websites, so better to add the separate images for that images, so don't take that images from the external sites. Okay, and use the responsive design based on our requirements. Okay, and keep maintains the proper aspect ratio. Okay, so like height and the width, so whatever you have, so requirement, so better to maintain proper that one. Okay, so these are all best practices for that use the image tags. And here the common mistakes when you use the images, so missing alt attribute and incorrect file paths and the using very large images. Okay, and stretching and distorting the images. Okay, and not making images responsive. Okay, so these are all mistakes when you use the image tag. Okay, so before going that, so let's check these common mistakes whether it is going or not. Okay, and here the practice task for you, so better try to add the three images to a web page and use the try to add the three images to add the web page, like, and use the formats use including the jpg, svg or png. Okay, and store images in a one folder. Okay, so better to better to call that images understand easily. Okay. and and better to make images clickables and store images in a one folder. Okay. And apply the responsive stylings also. Okay. So I hope until everything okay, right? So here's the summary of whatever we have done in this session. Okay. So image tag is used for the to add the images and important attributes like src, alt, and width and the height. Okay. And here the correct images formats like jpeg and png and jf and svg. Okay. And understand the image paths and make images responsive. Okay. So better to follow the best practices also. Okay. So I hope everything helpful this video, right? So thank you everyone, thank you. If you find this helpful for this video, so don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel and like and share it to your friends, whoever the enthusiastic to learn software technologies. Okay. So thank you everyone, thank you.